some pigs in a blanket again with 2 little omelets, and Jenny O turkey sausage, and PB Fit, and sugar-free soap.
We're out training the boy on how to ride his bike without the training wheels. Alright, we are at the pumpkin patch, and the boys are going to pick out a pumpkin, one for each of them, and I've got this big wheelbarrow here so we can take it all back. You see one? Alright, we were out here in the string beans, picking a few beans, and talking about the ladybug's jobs and the bees' jobs. Spider. The boys found a spider web. Yeah, we don't want to bother him.
What is that right there?
What's what? We are home, and this is my lunch. I'm having some green beans with heirloom tomatoes and a thin cut pork chop, and that is my lunch. Alright, it is Wednesday, and I am on my way to meet a friend for lunch. We are going to meet at the community college here. There's a restaurant there. It's called Russell's Restaurant, and it's really an exceptional place because they have a wonderful culinary school there. It's just top notch. This culinary school here is just really amazing. And so what they do with this restaurant is it's totally run by the students who are learning all of the ins and outs of restaurateur, and also, you know, about culinary cuisines from all over the world. And so they do different themes on certain days, and if you get in there, I mean, it's amazing because you have different themes. And like this afternoon for lunch, it's French. Everything is French. So it's a French cuisine, and they're putting everything that they're learning to application, and they serve you the restaurant. So it's a 3-course meal, which you get for like just a little over $5, I think, which is like phenomenal, you know. So it really just goes into the student fund. So I guess if you want to do more, you can donate, you know what I mean? And then like I think Thursday evening they have the aromatics class is doing their, you know, 3-course dinner, and it's so superb, you know. And so I just, you know, I haven't been here for years, and so I thought, you know what, I really want to go see what they're doing. Calvin attended here, and so that's when we used to go to Russell's quite a bit. Anyway, I'll show you what we're gonna have. It's French cuisine. It's probably not going to be low in calories. And it's a 3-course meal, so I have no idea what it's going to be, and I honestly don't feel like picking and choosing. and going, okay, sometimes, a lot of times with the French cuisine, there will be a nice sauce and it'll be a rich sauce. And so you really can't separate that from, I can say, can you keep this aside? Can you keep that aside? But the deal is that the dish itself is artistically put together. Every flavor is put together to complement the entire dish. So I'm just going to experience it in its fullness and not hold anything back. And so I'll show you what that is. Just out of curiosity, I'm going to try to figure out the points, but I don't know if I'll be successful in doing that. But anyway, so I'll let you know how that goes. And you may have noticed the picture of the donuts when we were at the orchard yesterday. Those donuts were something that they specialize in. They only have them once a year there. They're called apple cider donuts, and they make them there. They are the size of donut holes, and so you get 6 of them for $2.50. And so I got them to split with the 3 boys, and so I had 1.5 of the donut, basically a donut hole, and so I'm really not counting that as the splurge like that I've been holding off. I've not been to the donut bar yet because I keep missing the time. They close early. So that's fine, because I actually think I want to put that off for a few more days since I'm having this rich lunch today. And I did not have breakfast, so I've been kind of like saving up my calories, and I'll probably have something really light later if I have dinner. So I have to balance it out. When I do this, it's like I want to make sure that I get more steps in, that I get my exercise in, and that I pull back on other foods. So there has to be a balance there that happens. I have to be responsible, and I have to be accountable for what I am putting in my body. So I have to try to balance out and drink lots of water, to flush out some things. But those donut holes, I have to tell you, the apple cider donuts, oh my goodness, they were warm because they just made them, and that icing was made out of their apple cider that they make from their fresh apples from their orchard that they pick on site. So I mean, the whole thing just reeks of freshly made, and there's just like, as small as they were so supremely flavorful that I would be hard pressed to, I've been to Pink Box before and to other great donut places. I would be hard pressed to find a donut that surpasses that little flavor that is so concentrated in that little donut they make at the orchard. And so I'm really looking forward to going to the donut bar, because it would have to be really, really good to actually take the place of that little donut from that little donut hole from the orchard. That I've never tasted anything that good in a donut. It's just, there's really no, if you can get fresh food, there really is no substitute for freshness. There really is not. It makes all the difference in the world. No matter what it is, it has to make all the difference. But anyway, I told you I'm a foodie. Sometimes I'm going to go off like this and talk about food because it is one of my passions. I love the artistry of it. I really do. The creativity. I love how people come up with things, how they come up with solutions. I love how they paint the plate. I think it's fabulous, and it's one of the things that I love to do. Anyway, our eldest son, Calvin, speaking of which, he is a food stylist. And a food stylist is somebody who takes all those fancy pictures in the magazines when you see, you open up a Bon Appetit and you have these just drop dead pictures of food. That's what Calvin does. And so it's one of his many talents. And I am going to link his photography page. If you want to see some of his food stylings, I will put that link below, and you can just kind of like peruse some of his photography work. He does all kinds of photography, but food styling, that's his, like, I don't know, he was just born to do that. And so if you ever want to put together a cookbook and you need some food photography, telling you, you might want to give him a contact. But anyway, I am going to let you go so I can show you some pictures of what we're having, and I will talk to you guys next time. All right, I love you guys. Thanks for listening. Bye.